Today we talk about the 80-20 rule in business, the customer experience, and why it's so much better to focus on your existing customer base versus going out and getting net new business. Hi, buddy. Welcome to the show. Dennis Schiraldi, the founder of DOYO Live. This is the DOYO Live Marketing Show. Super pumped to have you all here today, so thanks so much for dropping by. I'm very excited. This show, we've got a lot of sponsors that are signing on. We've got Valley Digital Services, R. Cashmere & Associates, Juggerbot 3D Printing, Socket Knot. Recently, we added the Youngstown Warren Regional Chamber to the mix. So thank you very much, Youngstown Warren Regional Chamber, for being a sponsor of DOYO Live for the second year running. And also new to the mix this year, we're very excited to announce that Bergen Real Estate, big shout out to Patrick Bergen and the Bergen Bunch. They're joining us as a sponsor this year as well. So glad to have them on board. They're having a huge week because of the fact that they just recently announced the fact that they have a partnership to be the exclusive real estate provider for Youngstown State University. So that's really cool stuff. We've got B Squared Graphics contributing design work to DOYO Live. Melissa Nagy Designs, who is running social media and doing a really fantastic job there as well. And then Busy Blogs Plus with Amanda Lynch, updating content on the website right now. We'll get into that a little bit later. So thank you wherever you are for dropping in today. I'm going to talk about the 80-20 principle and the customer experience. Not only that, by the end, we're going to break down some stuff from going over. What are we going to go over? I know we're going to go. We're going to talk about a little bit about workshops at DOYO Live versus the event, and talk to you a little bit about early bird pricing as well. So thank you again for dropping by. I'm going to just check in here for a second. We've got Andrew dropping by. Thanks so much, Andrew, for stopping in today. Really appreciate. Give you a quick shout out. In any case, for those of you that don't know about the 80-20 rule in business, the Italian economist 1896 said that Vilfredo Pareto, the Pareto effect, right? So basically says that 80% of the land in Italy is owned by 20% of the population. That further was vetted and validated through the years to say that basically 80% of sales in most organizations comes from 20% of your clientele or your base. And so many organizations get out there and they focus on that new business because that drives that immediate growth. But the fact of the matter is that you have this existing install base of customers, and expanding wallet share and growing them is really important to the bottom line. But not only that, because people obviously want to go out and they want to do land grabs and take more market share, it's also infinitely less expensive to market to your existing customers and grow your existing customer base than it is to actually have to go out and try and find that brand new business. And so when you take that into account, the marketing programs get adjusted as such, but there's even something even more important that's even in that conversation, and it has to deal with the customer journey or the buyer's journey, the pathway that we take to make our buying decisions: awareness, thought leadership, demand generation, sales enablement, and then you have at the end of that customer service and loyalty. The customer service and loyalty program is how do you keep your existing clientele, your customers, by bringing them value. The more value that you can bring your existing customers, the longer that they're going to stay around. So this kind of all stems back to an experience I had over the weekend. So just bear with me for a second. So on last Saturday, it was pretty nice out, and I decided to take my two older kids to Lowe's. And I'm walking around this huge big box store. And I don't know the last time that you went to any of the Lowe's of the world, but when you go there, there are these huge cavernous stores, and basically there's nobody in them to help you. And so therefore the customer experience is just subpar. We've become people that like the concierge type of feel and service when it comes to our shopping experience. Reed, thanks for dropping by. Cortini, thanks for dropping by. It means everything to me that you guys are here this morning, so thank you. Very much appreciate that. In any case, that experience is so important. So I walk in, and we're walking around, and we're looking for a new strap for our slackline in the backyard. And if you don't know what a slackline is, it's pretty simple. Slackline is a towing strap that you basically you could tie between two trees, and it can act as essentially a balance beam with fluidity to it. And people bounce on them, and it's a really big thing at colleges, and kids are hanging out doing slacklining and things like that. So we have a slackline in our backyard, and we have a guideline, and it broke. So we had to go to Lowe's to go get a new guideline. And we walk into Lowe's, you start walking around the store, and there's really absolutely, even on a Saturday that's nice out, and people are starting to do the yard work, so they're getting out, hitting the store, they're buying their plants, and even though that we've got some snow on the ground today, don't let that mentally disturb you. Anyway, walking around the store at Lowe's, cannot find anybody to point me in the right direction as to what aisle is the strap aisle, or better yet, the slackline aisle, which is something that we need to purchase. And finally, after fumbling around for 10-15 minutes and stopping, and the boys hopped on the tractor and had a fake tractor race, and then we went over and looked at grills, and I sat there and my mouth was drooling over the $1,000 Weber grills, and that was all very exciting. But then we finally found the slackline aisle. And as we get into the slackline aisle, which is the strap aisle, they've discontinued certain products, but they've also had them repackaged. And again, nobody around to help us. We're just roaming aimlessly through this big cavernous store, and the experience is horrible. I could have went to Harbor Freight, harborfreight.com. They're not endorsing me. They're not endorsing that conversation. But I could have went there very simply and ordered this product. And it obviously, instant gratification got into the way. I needed it that afternoon. The kids wanted to play on the slackline. But we are also thinking about building our own homemade jungle gym. And so I went over to basically what I thought would be the pipe aisle. And I found somebody and I said, hey, where do you keep the pipes? And they just point and they're like, aisle 19, down the other end of the store, in the back corner, you'll find like plumbing and pipes. So I walked down there. And it's not the guy's fault that was in the pipe aisle at all. Like, it totally was not his fault, because he's one person manning a huge area of square footage of this store. And so I asked him, I said, where do you keep the pipes? And I know nothing about pipes, like nothing at all. I don't know if I need an eighth, a quarter, a 16th. I don't even know what that means. But he basically said very quickly, rudely, and didn't look up from his computer and said, hey, it's over a couple aisles over, just go that way. So we went that way. I ran into a longtime friend of mine who's redoing his basement, and hopefully his man cave is coming together just nice. And I'm sure it is, because he seems very handy. I am not. So I went to the pipe aisle. I started to look. I looked at the boys. I said, I have no idea what we can get, and I had to walk out. The point of the fact of the matter is that all the big box stores of the country feel like suddenly sorry for themselves, not down deep in here, because of the fact that people are turning to e-commerce more and more because of the fact of these user experiences. So Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, obviously a complete genius, is going to put drones in the sky and drop boxes off at our door, and going to put somebody on Mars. Excuse me, I have to get properly caffeinated as well. So the point of the matter is that the in-store experience is so bad at a big box store that we have no loyalty in that program to the big box store, except for the fact that we have some immediacy needs. We're also very loyal to our pocketbooks. But I'm guessing, like most of you, are willing to pay a little bit more if it's a great experience. Hence why the fact that coffee shops like Branch Street and Stone Fruit Coffee that maybe charge a little bit more for their product, but it's a great product, and the owners know about their product, and they can guide you when you walk in, and if you have a question about the coffee. See, like, I don't feel like Starbucks has that same level of understanding about their coffee anymore. They're more of the big box store of the coffee delivery system. So if you ask them, like, they'll say, do you want a light blonde or something along those natures? But the local people that are roasting the coffee, they understand it and they know it. And they'll say, do you want something that's a little more acidic-y or heavy or dark or caffeinated? So that's a big play. Customer service, and the statistics are staggering. Like, so for instance, there's Linens and Things, Circuit City, Sports Authority, Borders, they all went bankrupt. Office Depot, Staples, Barnes & Noble, they're struggling to figure this out because of the fact that they have these huge spaces and the experience is just very mediocre or average. So when you look at that, the square footage in retail in the U.S. is completely overconsumed. Consumers are spending less on goods and more on experiences. And that's just a fact of the matter, the way that we are, especially millennial generation, would rather go on a vacation and have the experience than have the thing. And if we could have both, that's nice. But we also want to have that experience again. It comes back to kind of you want that personalized expectation as well. We got a guy by the name of Danny Catullo that's a butcher locally that's speaking at our conference. Danny has a shop that prides itself on being locally sourced. And not only is it locally sourced, but the experience is really good. Like when I go in, like I could talk with Danny if he's not running around doing, he's got his online e-commerce business, Foodie Crave, but that's even a differentiation, the fact that he's putting local source stuff, high-end, artisanal stuff. Did I even say that right? I don't even think I said that right. I've never said that word right. Good stuff into boxes and sending it to your home, and it's a good experience. So the point is, though, when I go into the butcher shop, at this point, I can ask the people behind the counter, and we can have a pretty intelligent conversation about how to maybe prepare or be able to cook, to give you some idea as to, I got 5 people coming for dinner. I got 6 people. Who am I kidding? I get a huge Italian family. We're rolling like 20 deep on Sunday for dinner. So how do I cook, for 20 people? How much do I need that product? And they sell you straight. And that's all. That's really what we're looking for. So the other thing that you have to, the ways that people are, the people that are getting it right. Let's put it that way. So delivering a good experience to make you, in that journey, in that customer loyalty, want to have loyalty. You got places like IKEA, and I kind of laugh about that, and people kind of make fun of the IKEA furniture. But the fact of the matter is that you wander through an experience in the store, and you go room by room. And there are people around that can engage you in conversation that's not necessarily salesy. And I think everybody loves the Swedish meatballs, except for me. That's what happens when you grow up on, an Italian household with Italian homemade meatballs. But anyway, I digress. The other stores that are getting it right, REI. So REI has this huge commitment as an outdoor store to not only just give you good product, but they have good, knowledgeable people that are working the floor. And then tertiary to that, they have outdoor classes on climbing, on mountain biking, on running, and they really integrate that into the conversation. And so it really shows that they're caring about their customer. Huge online business, right? Their catalog business has essentially gone away, and most of us, because we don't have access to an REI store, use that, but we want to connect. And that's proven as well. And the third, Costco. You have this amazing experience that combines both. They give you this great price. They give you a really good experience. One of the largest buyers, or the largest buyers of wine in the entire world is Costco. So you think about the depth on that, but they have to connect with you as well on that emotional level. So having that experience, from my perspective, at DOYO Live, I had an initiative over the past year. We had over 200 people sign up to come to the conference, and sponsors as well, that I wanted to connect with everybody on a one-on-one level before the conference takes place this year on August 3rd. That's a pretty big initiative when you have over 200 people. It's an entire year. You do the math on 365 days plus weekends. There's not that much time in here. So there's a lot of hustle that's involved with that. But the point of the fact of the matter is this, that at DOYO Live, you can get all the content that you want for essentially for free. And that's our business model. Like, we want to educate you as much as we possibly can and grow and create as many fans of our content and give away business, marketing, entrepreneurial, sales, writing, anything to do with the marketing and business landscape advice. We put our breakout session leaders on display. We've got our newsletter, we've got our blogs, and here's what we've come to learn is that people like that. They've opted in, almost 5,000 of you. But also that audience wants to connect in person as well and have that experience. They want to take it offline, and they want to be able to connect and rub elbows and high five and be in person and say, I saw this online. They missed that with the digital landscape. But it all comes back to building that tribe, that audience. Here's the other thing that you all need to consider as well. So when we start talking about customer service and loyalty and why it's so important to deliver a great experience, and it comes back to that loyalty area, is also the cost of doing business. On average, it's seven times more expensive to go out and acquire a new customer than to keep your existing customer base, expand them with new product offerings. See, it's interesting, and people have figured this out, that the cable companies only really reward their existing customer base when you're ready to leave. That's when they're ready to reward you with additional incentives, and that's why the deals, they lower the cost so much to acquire you because they put so much money into their marketing. All the cell phone carriers as well. They put a ton of money into trying to get new customer acquisition instead of really focusing on upselling and keeping your existing customer. And they're willing to let you walk until you absolutely complain. So now we have figured this out as consumers because we now have a $10 a month Netflix subscription. And we know we could cut that cord, and we don't care when that breakup conversation comes and it's you, it's not me, or is it the other way? It's us, it's not you. We really enjoyed our relationship. It's over. Here comes the breakup. It gets awkward. I put all my stuff in the box and I'm walking away, and that's when the cable company's like, wait. Don't send the box back. Instead of sending the box back, we'll discount you $50 a month. And it's like, no, look, this is over. I could get Netflix for $10 a month. You should have rewarded me with a loyalty program a long time ago. Yesterday I was having lunch at Mission Tacos in Boardman, Ohio. If you've not been, it is absolutely lights out fantastic. It's going to get even better when the weather breaks and they're able to open up the garage door. So Christian Reinhardt and I were having a great conversation. And what I think is really cool about a program that they have, I'm over the loyalty card. We all got it. We probably all are rolling with the Giant Eagle card, and we save on that tank of gas. And that's a nice loyalty program. But he really, at the end of the day, it's this. I sat down, I had a quick lunch, got my tacos and beef brisket, which was amazing. I kind of built my own, and then a lime chicken as well. I highly recommend you check that out. And I'm not getting paid to say that either. I'm just endorsing it because Christian's a good dude, and I like what they got out there. So when I check out, I wasn't asked about anything to do with any sort of, do you want a punch card for a free taco? Do you want to carry a Mission Taco MVP card? None of that stuff, because I don't roll with that. I roll with my phone. Like those of you that know me that have been in this show, I don't carry a business card. People that came up yesterday in the conversation, it was kind of funny, and it was the same thing. It was like, give me your card, and I was like, I don't have one. Watch the DOYO live show, you'll figure it out. So yesterday I check out and I got a star. I didn't even have to do anything. I just got a star because they have a square. They have a square unit, and they basically applied to a loyalty program that every time I go back there I get a star. And when I get 10 stars, I'm going to get a free taco. And I'm pretty cool with that. And the reason I'm cool with that is because I don't have to do anything. It actually provides this amazing, unique experience that's going to reward me. I don't have to sign up for anything. I don't have to remember anything. And that's a really cool thing. Now, is that going to make me go back until I could get my free taco? Yes and no. Like, I think about that. It's bringing additional value right now to the fact that I'm willing to say that out loud, to help prop that business up. I appreciate that. And maybe the next time I'm out in Boardman on 224 and I'm hungry and I have a couple options, maybe I do that. Maybe that's in the back of my mind, they not necessarily am I going to get the free taco, but they're willing to reward me. So I wanted to break that down for you, just to kind of summarize. 80-20 principle of business. 80% of your sales comes from 20% of your clientele. Figure out a way to keep your customers, engage them, show them the love, embrace them, give them a big old hug. Build that tribe, because it's going to be a lot less expensive for you from a marketing perspective to grow that customer than go out and get new customers. And I'm not saying that you don't need new customers, But I'm just saying that keeping your existing customer base is a great way to grow your business and grow it even very quickly. So I want to jump over into something else right now, very quickly. The DOYO Live Digital Marketing Interactive Design Conference is taking place on August 2nd and 3rd in Youngstown, Ohio. So there's been a lot of questions that I've been getting. And I just want to tell everybody, like, I really appreciate, like, every day people come to the website, they like our social media, they engage with it, they subscribe, they opt in. So thank you. Again, that comes back to me saying this over and over again. That means everything to us, and that's why we can continue to exist. So thank you. What I wanted to tell you, though, is this, is that we have added workshops to the front end of the conference on August 2nd at 3 to 5 p.m. These are 2-hour deep dive sessions. We have one by Nate Riggs that's going to be talking about how to design a website in under 60 days that's going to perform well for you, the technology stack that you're going to need to take an audit. So you're going to do 2 hours on that. You're going to walk away with a tangible roadmap plan. Deanna Facillo from Sassy Girl Media is back for her second go-around at DOYO Live. She's running a 2-hour deep dive workshop on what women entrepreneurs need to know, the differences between a woman's and man's world. In her words, not mine. So thank you, Deanna, for stepping up and wanting to do a workshop at DOYO Live. It's going to be a really great session for women entrepreneurs on breakouts, on forming a plan for branding, marketing, sales, and the whole nine, and the challenges that you can expect as a woman entrepreneur. The third one I'm going to actually run, it's going to be on B2B lead generation and figuring out if you want to grow by 5, 10, 20%, you want 5 new sales a month, do you know how big your total addressable market is and how you're going to get from the top of your funnel from a suspect perspective all the way down to those 5 sales a month and aligning the appropriate budget and activity to get there. These workshops are $100. They're limited to 25 people and they're optional. You don't have to go. Which means that the second half of that is this, that the actual conference, DOYO Live, the conference, is taking place on August 3rd, 2017 from 8 a.m. in the morning to when we turn the lights out. So actually it'll go to about 5, 6 o'clock. We have a keynote speaker that is Deborah Jasper. She has headed up PubCon 2 different times now on the main stage, which is really awesome. She talks over 30 times a year in a number of foreign international countries, locally. She's in Columbus, Ohio. She wrote for the Warren Tribune back in 1991. So she has a tie back to this area. She's coming back, and she's going to do just a really awesome presentation on the digital transformation. It is like it's spectacular the way that she presents it. High energy, 300 slides, and like just goes through them one by one, and you walk away completely excited and engaged. Thought leadership panel, lunch, and then breakout sessions. We've got like 20 people signed up to deliver breakout sessions. See John Pogach dropped by. We've got Bergen Giordani from One Hot Cookie has dropped by as well. So thanks for joining us today. Those are 2 of just 17 of the breakout sessions that we have. Those go from everything from basic Facebook branding and marketing for the business owner that wants to know where to get started, and we don't want you to be intimidated by, this digital thing of search engine optimization and all these big terms that kind of scare people away. But we do have the more complex, sophisticated thing. John's going to be talking about taking out the business to business and business to consumer equation, which I love, and talking about business to people. So we have these topics. Some of them are more high level. Some of them are beginner 101, intermediate. Beginner, intermediate, and advanced. You could buy a ticket for that conference day only event, $150 for early bird registration. We have a number of promo codes that are sitting out there. DOYO17 will get you a 10% discount off of that. Ticket prices are going to go up to $225 on May 31st. So get your ticket while you can. Last year's event was sold out. I have 60 tickets already accounted for in 2017. So I am anticipating that we are going to get to 200 pretty quickly this year. And I'm very thankful for that as well. So thank you. I cannot stress that enough. You can buy an all-inclusive ticket to DOYO Live, which will get you into the workshops, We are going to have a kickoff party that night on August 2nd in a downtown establishment to meet the speakers, the sponsors, and some other guests that basically want to attend. On August 3rd, we have the all-day conference. That all-inclusive gets you into that all-day conference as well. And then after the conference that night, we're working on an after party as well that's going to include some music and some live entertainment. So August 2nd workshop, $100 ticket. August 3rd is the all-day event, $150 ticket. You put them two together, use that promo code DOYO17. You get yourself a heck of a deal during early bird registration. But that goes up on May 31st. Again, so I wanted to clarify that there are sponsorship opportunities that are out there right now. And otherwise, thank you so much for dropping by. Go down into the comments section if you can. Let me know what you think. I would love it if you could like our page. That's really important to obviously spreading the good word. Our mission is here to be dedicated towards educating marketing, business, sales, and design professionals on marketing topics and business topics. We're also dedicated to help stimulate the economy of Youngstown, Ohio, and purpose-driven, give some money back and do some goodwill back into the community whenever we can. That said, thank you for dropping by. Very much appreciate it. Share this with your friends, and everybody have a fantastic weekend. Thank you.